Most people would say you're crazy to be a fireman and run into a running book when everyone's running out. You know, it's what pays the bills. It's what you enjoy doing. I enjoy my job now. I came here to try and be an aircraft maintenance. I moved from Edmonton, and then I ran into a girl that I went to high school with. She got me into extra work. Doing extra work, I saw some of the stunt performers, and I was like, I can do that. I can try and do that. So I tried. I talked to some of the stunt coordinators, and then one day they needed a big dude to double another big black guy, and then they called me up, and that was my first break on the Sentinel, I think. Stunt work, it's a calculated risk, and there's a lot of experienced stunt coordinators in Vancouver, so I'm quite comfortable being put in certain situations. I almost go to set now to work for some people, and I don't worry about it because I know their resume and I know their career and I know what I'm doing. They've done it 50 times before and coordinated it another 100. Most of our coordinators in Vancouver, if you look at their resume, you'd be impressed. And I think that's what's kept our industry safe. We don't have a bad track record, and that comes from the top down. I'm trying to get more into production safety, and this came about around 2009. I was working on 2012. The coordinator I was working for, I've worked for quite a bit, and usually when he needs a safety guy, probably because of my fire department background, he usually gets me to be a safety guy. And we were doing a car explosion in the tunnel, and I was there as a safety. After doing that, and I'd seen a couple of these guys on set, kind of gave me the idea, well, some of them were firefighters that were trained, or paramedics that were trained in the movie business. And I was a firefighter, and I've been in the business for quite a while. And I thought, well, this is a good way to, not wanting to be a coordinator and having that kind of responsibility, this is a good way to kind of go. So I started looking into it. I went to BCIT, took some courses to enhance the courses I already had from the fire department, and then started sending resumes out. It kind of gives you a sense of how you look at things. And when I'm on set, naturally I was always safety aware. And a lot of the coordinators I work with, I would mention to them, or they would, when you're on set, everybody is a safety officer. I enjoy it. I really enjoy the role as a production safety person. And I think it's something it's coming in Vancouver, in Canada, I should say. Most of the other countries already require a safety person on set, a dedicated safety person, not just a first aid person. I think it's about time, because a lot of the injuries and a lot of complaints that people have, we keep it to ourselves because you don't want to be a troublemaker or a stunt performer. You want to work the next day. You don't want to feel like you're crying to your coordinator. If a crew member complains about something, they're gonna be scared of the repercussions. They might not work. They might be viewed as a troublemaker or disturber. This is your livelihood. You don't want to stir the pot, kind of thing. But if you have somebody comfortable that you can tell that's not gonna go mention your name and say this person is complaining about this, well, it makes the whole thing safe from that point of view. The reward for being a production safety officer is, you're working with people. I had a talk with a guy the other day, and I said, my job really is not to come and write you up or get you in trouble. My job is to make sure you know that you are just making a movie, and using that saw without a blade is going to cause a lot of harm to your family. Not just you, to your family. And there's also a good feeling of being part of the production. You don't just show up, run into a wall, and go home. You know what I mean? There's a sense of being part of that production now. You're not just a stunt guy that shows up for the day or the month. No, there is a lot of reward to it, I feel anyway. Because I'm not there to, wag my finger at anybody. I'm there to say, let's do this properly and safely. And you go away feeling good. The next day the guy sees you, he might think, yeah, you know what? He was right. I was being stupid. I'm very happy with it changing my career. I waited a long time to see what I was going to do post-stunt, and I don't think I could have found a better career from my background, from being a firefighter and from being in the business, and that's why I pursued it for a lot of years. Like I said, I've been going at it since 2009, and My first day on set, I phoned my best man and says, you know what, I think I finally found my niche. I feel like I belong, you know. And I think it's the best decision I made for myself. Anyways. My name is Efosa Otuomagie. I'm a production safety consultant.